Hey, Rambo World Entertainment, and hot on the heels of the first teaser trailer for Clayface dropping, James Gunn has done the James Gunn thing and gone out and started speaking about it, which has just muddied the water even more regarding this movie, because he's now told us the exact timeline this is set in, which will make zero sense, and that it is 100% a part of the DCU. So brace yourselves for this one, because this is going to start getting really confusing with the DCU. So, DC Studios released the first trailer for Clayface, and while we've yet to see Matt Hagen in his comic-accurate monstrous form, the sneak peek has still generated plenty of intrigue among fans. You notice it doesn't say excitement or anything, it's intrigue amongst fans. Also, I'm starting to wonder, is he actually going to be the comic accurate monstrous Clayface we've seen? Don't know, which also will get confusing with how this goes. So, as a full-blown body horror movie, it will be interesting to see how it fits into the wider DCU and whether it can differentiate itself from the substance. There are some hard to ignore similarities with that movie, though Clayface's comic book backdrop should help it stand out. That is one of the things I've been seeing a lot of people saying since this trailer's come out is, wow, it really just seems like the DC version of The Substance. Anyone wondering, The Substance, what's that? I recognise now. That was the movie, I think it only came out last year, with Demi Moore, where they go through all the body horror crap for trying to stay youthful in Hollywood. So we first met Clayface. By the way, this is the DCU Clayface they're about to talk about here, because it makes no sense otherwise. Because it says, we first met Clayface in the animated Creature Commandos TV series that kickstarted the DCU. After brutally attacking Rick Flag Sr., he was killed by Frankenstein. There was nothing to suggest that the villain used to be an actor or that he was anything more than a creep who was really interested in Themyscira potentially being comprised solely of lesbians. That's right, people. The first version of Clayface they introduced in Creature Commandos was basically an incel obsessed with Themyscira being lesbians. Wow, James Gunn, you really know how to do things, eh? So, there are multiple versions of Clayface on the page, which means the comic books. So that may not have even been Matt Hagen. Regardless, DC Studios co-CEO James Gunn has just taken to trades to reveal that the movie is set before Superman and is the first DC film out of chronological order. That's right. We are now being told by James Gunn himself that Clayface is in fact the first DCU story, just that it's going to be the third movie to come out and overall the what? Fifth project altogether? And yet he's now telling us that it's set before Superman. Oh my good God, this is your third movie in the brand new DCU. And you're already complicating stuff this way. What is going on? So, this could mean that Hagen's transformation takes place before Batman arrived in Gotham City and, crucially, opens the door to the movie explaining what we saw in Creature Commandos. Now, let's keep this in mind. They are now talking about the idea that he could be in Gotham before Batman even shows up. Which is like, if this is set just before Superman, why are we looking at this thing being Batman's not even at Gotham yet? Which is stupid. But then, if this is going to be the guy that we're meeting in Creature Commandos, then you're being told the person you're watching in the movie will die in an animated cartoon. And he's just a creepo, an incel creepo. I don't understand what in the hell they're doing with this. So, asked how Clayface ties into the wider DCU, Gunn told a fan, "It's very connected, but as always, the standalone story is what's most important. From the start, we've been clear the DCU would be interconnected, but each project would be full expressions of their writers and directors, similar to how DC Comics work. Saga of the Swamp Thing, Justice League International, Killing Joke, and All-Star Squadron are not one tone, and neither are Superman, Lanterns, Peacemaker, and Clayface. The film or show will play in whatever genre suits the story best. Clayface is not a hybrid superhero horror film, it is a horror film. So he's saying flat out, this is just a horror movie, nothing more. And yet, he's still saying it's very connected to the overall DCU, which means this horror, that's just a horror, is connected to Superman in some way. And all of this crap, it's a prequel, but it's really the third movie, it's this, it's that. It's just, what in the name of Christ are they doing? This makes zero sense. And then it says, this is now 100% official that Clayface is set in the DCU and not Matt Reeves' Batverse. The door is closed on the movie tying into the Batman Part 2. Despite that, Gunn did say that Reeves is producing Clayface. So, yeah, we know Matt Reeves is on there as a producer. Whether he was actually involved or not, don't know. The reason people were asking, is this actually in Matt Reeves' universe, is for the locations they filmed in. They seem to have filmed in the same locations for Gotham that Matt Reeves used for the Batman. So that's where people were questioning, is this actually a part of Matt Reeves' universe rather than the overall DC universe? But we're looking at a body horror movie that is now chronically the first DCU movie set before Superman with no Batman, and it's still very connected to the overall DCU. What an absolute unmitigated disaster James Gunn has made of the DCU already. 3 movies in. And by the way, we're saying 3 movies in, we've only had one of them so far. The second one's only coming out in a few months. Then this thing will drop in October. It's like, what are they doing? What are they doing? This is insane. So, I don't know if this is going to work. Once you hear this stuff, you're going to absolutely turn DC fans off. If they're being told, wait, so this is set before Superman, and we're still going to be introduced to Gotham City, a Batman villain, and not Batman himself. There's still no Batman in the DCU. What a joke. What an absolute joke. So, good luck to them, because my God, are they going to need it. But let me know what you guys think of this. All this information coming from James Gunn that this is a prequel, but it's actually very connected to the DCU, but it's technically the first DCU movie, even though it's going to be the 3rd movie, and overall like the 5th project. Let me know what you think of all of it. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like and share and subscribe and hit that hype button and all that good stuff. Cheers. I'll catch you in the next one.